You are in, and this is a lunchtime show, and we have a special guest in the building. If you don't know and you listen to that song, you should know by now his name, the legend, as some people say, the Indabuski Bahose. The OG before the IG. The music industry, Cobhams is in the building.
Oh, wow.
Yes, should we give you another round of applause so that I can be complete?
It is great to be here. Thank you.
All right. It's okay. You're welcome. I mean, you've got questions you want to ask him.
Yes.
So I want you to shoot your shot.
All right. Before so, Cobhams, because I've had a lot of artists that I've worked with previously, and they always want to write like a hit song. Going back to one song that you wrote, give me one hit song.
It's on the playlist.
It's on the playlist.
Now we should play next.
I know how many people have been striving for the hit song, but for real, is that what artists should actually look for when they want to write a song?
I think it's important to make a song that will resonate with people. I think it's important. I think it's okay to look for a hit song, because what is life with it? Which artist do you know that you don't know by their hit song? So I think, to be honest, I think it's important enough to look for a hit song. I think how you look for the hit song and what you make a hit song is what now matters. Sometimes a hit song comes to you, you have like your favorite place or your favorite thing you do that helps you find a hit song, and I think in looking for a hit song, you should actually employ, just sort of the methodology. So for me, I like to think in the bathroom a lot, what I mean? I like motion. So being in a car, being on a train, there's certain things that just inspire good music for me. So I think as an artist, if you find what that thing is, and you're sort of operating from that place, because sometimes what happens is you create a song, you think it's good enough, you throw a lot of money behind it and all of that stuff, and people will hear it, people will sing it, but it doesn't sustain itself the way an inspired song will. So I think you should look for a hit song, but make sure that it's an inspired song, because that way it sticks around, for a long time. What I mean? Nigerians will never forget African Queen. Nigerians will never forget Buga. They're just some songs that you're just like, this is just a song, there's something about it, and you follow it up with the same strategy, same everything, but it doesn't give the same result, because there's just a level of inspiration and, power behind the song.
Wow. Have you ever listened to any record and you feel like, or you probably felt at the time, I should have produced this song?
I think so. Yes, I think when the Plantation Boys first came out and I started to hear that, I listened to their songs. I was like, oh my God! I had my interpretation of a lot of their songs. Yes, I think that did happen to me.
But none of the new cuts.
I don't know. I think even with some of them, but I think the thing is, for you to feel, sometimes I feel like for you to feel like you wish you'd produced the song, you ask yourself, what would you have done different? Like, what would you have brought to the song? And when I listen to a lot of the songs that are out there right now, I feel like, the producers, they finish work. You know what I mean? There are a lot of, I was just having a conversation, on my way here, and I was like, I listen to everything that's been produced by Vibes, and I'm like, yo, from Wadamo to
Andre Vibes is on fire.
Andre Vibes is he's something. From Wadamo to Calm Down to just name it, like to Ladipo and Fireboy. He's just, the guy's on fire.
Even to feeling.
Even to feeling, exactly. So I listen to all of that stuff. I listen to stuff. Blaze Beats, Tempo. Like there's a lot of people putting out great music. And because of that, I don't often feel like I enjoy the music more than I want to recreate the music. I enjoy the music.
All right. So in case you're listening to us right now, you've got questions for Cobhams. All you need to do is just call the number 0700 923 923 923. You would be able to speak to him and obviously ask your questions. I see the phone lines are already buzzing, but let me ask my own first.
First come, first
out. I mean, calm down, relax. All right, so we're talking about music that you would have produced. Now let's talk about songs that you've written for people. Let's talk about songwriting generally in this country. You know how difficult it is. I think it's not better though. When it comes to songwriting, people they never used to give credit back in the day. And they just probably feel like you are less talented if you seek the services of a songwriter. What's your 2 cents about that?
I think the biggest songs in the world have been written by people who didn't sing them, you know, and this is stuff I've always said, you know, I've talked about it a lot. You know, I'm currently working on a project that involves a song that's written by like one of the biggest songwriters in the world. And it's interesting because when you mention the songs that this person has written and you now look at the artist and how well, I think good music is a matter of team effort. It's like making a good movie.
Okay.
You see a good actor, but you know, the praise for good acting sometimes should go to the director, because the director draws the character out of the actor. And I think that's what good songwriters and good producers, you know. So for instance, you think of, you know, and this is not Gen Z, sorry. You think of because Celine Dion's Because You Love Me, you think of For You I Will, Monica, I Will Cross the Ocean For You, you think of You Get the Rhythm of the Night, 𝐿_𝐷𝐵𝐴𝐺, you think of I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, you think of all of these songs, you know, and On Break My Heart, Have You Ever Loved Somebody, you know, these are all like sort of millennial heartbreak songs, if you will. But all these songs were written by one person who did not sing them. You know, so these songs were all performed by Brandy and Monica and
the
all
rest.
of these people and the rest, but they were all written by one person. You know, and so songwriting is a thing that's always been around. The biggest songs by Elvis Presley were not written by him. You know, if go and use these whichever store or streaming site you used to, if they show you the lyrics and they show you, you know, who's written the songs, that, you know, you'll find out that a lot of the big songs are not written by the people who perform them, or the people who perform them are co-writers. So I'm glad that we're slowly beginning to understand that, and we're slowly beginning to give songwriters their due in our space, because it has to happen. It delays, I think, sometimes because of greed and ignorance. But regulation always helps, because it doesn't matter how greedy you are. If you cannot publish what is not your own, you'll be forced to give credit where you should. So I'm happy that that's beginning to happen.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. I like the way you said it. Greed is a very, very important factor. But I mean, we're learning, you know, and we're growing as well, and the industry is changing.
I saw Cesar recently. Oh, I was a great songwriter, by the way. Cesar is amazing, right? For all the big artists. And I know that even people like him, you know, they get threats, all kinds of stuff. Like, and I'm like, for what now? How many Range Rover do you want to buy? How many Ferrari? How many? Calm down, please. Let the boy to buy his own, you know. It's somebody's talent. If they didn't do it, you won't have this. You will not have
very
it.
true.
Calm down.
Calm down. Let's talk about that hit song now. So you made this record at the time. The message was you just wanted a hit song, right? And the song came, and you recorded it, and then it became something that people started jumping on. Was that the intention right from the get-go?
One hit?
Yes.
No, so it's interesting because when I made one hit, I was in a very satisfied place in life. I'm sorry. I'd gone to visit my best friend in Coventry, and we were. I think we had gone to Turkey. So I like food. So I'd gone to a Turkish restaurant to eat, and we had come back, and I was very full and very tired, you know. And I think part of what inspires me is being relaxed. And so I think I was stepping out of the car, and it was just the cool breeze. Everything was just so, and the song just began to play in my head. But I think more importantly, One Hit is a song that speaks to the yearning and the aspiration of a young person, not just artist, because it's also a place I occupied for many, many years. And it's interesting, ironically, I find myself occupying again, because now, you know, I'm sort of switching careers. I'm moving from being a producer to being a performing artist. So as an up and coming artist, I'm constantly don't say that. We are not. We are many that are up and coming artists. So you know, we're constantly looking for hits. But I think what's more important is this is the prayer of the average Nigerian who gets up in the morning and goes out. You know, whether you're, you know, selling stuff, or whether it doesn't matter what it is you're doing, you know, whether you're running your online store, you know, promoting your goods on Instagram, you're actually looking for that thing, you know, that helps you cross the line, you know, and stuff. And so for me, it's praying that prayer and just having people connect with it and connect to it and say, look, these are the words from my heart. You know, this is my heart's cry. I want that one hit. Let me blow like this person or that person, you know, whoever it is, whether it's my favorite celebrity or my favorite marketer or influencer on Instagram. So one hit is not just for artists. I think it's for all of us as Nigerians who need to thrive despite the times we're in.
Beautiful. But at the same time, one record that you produced that you got a call that you were not expecting. I mean, you put out a record, right? And everywhere is like, yo, this particular song, everybody's going crazy. And you got a call from someone that you were not expecting. Would you like to talk about that? And very surprising, like, So because of this song now, that's why you called me.
Okay. So I don't know if it was a call. It's very interesting. So it was a song. It was a song I think I made in like less than 45 minutes.
Okay.
I walked into the studio. I didn't even know I was going to make it. I was working on a project with UNICEF Nigeria because I'm a UNICEF ambassador. And I walked into the studio like by 9 in the morning or maybe 10 in the morning or something. And I needed to send something that, we're just going to put out as a statement during the whole COVID, situation. And I just sat behind my piano and sang and played straight. Okay. By like 10:40 or so, we're done with that song, and we put it out. And we were making a video as I was singing with a camera phone. So it was like the most basic of efforts. But I think, it was coming from my heart and it was coming from a place of honesty. And I think what shocked me with it wasn't a call. An internal memo for an organization based in the US, like really a multinational that I know that I can't mention on air. They had circulated something, and at the end of it, they were like something about COVID, and they were like, in the words of Nigerian musician, we go win. These people don't even speak pidgin, for God's sake. And they're like, we go win, and then they put a link to the song, and I'm like, whoa.
Wow. This blew my mind.
Whoa, yes, it just made me understand the power of, our music and, the message that we are.
Oh, beautiful. We want to take this message.
Oh, yes, we do. This is from 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐿. Abi, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, no more than the name. That's fine. It says
𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐿.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, more than the
Yes, you modded.
Well, his name is Taiwo anyway. It says, hello, Cobhams. I love the way your song resonates with young people and the fact that you always add a message to it. What's your take when people say those who do R&B do not make money on like party hall songs? That's one. And secondly, when you did Mr. Easy's song Nobody during the lockdown, what was that? Like, where did that come from? Lastly, what's your advice for anyone thinking that they can never make it in Nigeria? And then he ends by saying, boss, you are a musical genius. Nigeria is blessed to have you. Please keep giving us great music. May your well of inspiration,
come on.
May your well of inspiration that you have poured out Inspiration FM never run dry in Jesus' name. That's what he ends with. But then the question is, first of all, he says, what's your take when people say those who do R&B do not make money on like party hall songs?
Okay, so I have a few examples for you. Do you think 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐿 is not making money? What is Kulosa? Is Kulosa not an R&B song with an Afrobeat vibe?
Yeah.
Do you think CK is not making money? What's Love Wanting-T? Is it not an Afrobeat song, an R&B song with an Afrobeat vibe? There's so many songs. I can go on and on and on and on. From the days of Banky W, What a Strong Thing, essentially. Wow. Is it not an R&B song, with an Afro vibe? I can go on. What is Essence? Does Essence not have an R&B vibe, essentially? We can go on and on and on and on. I think the fact is we generalize, when we say Afro beats, but we have all of these interesting iterations, that, the song, there are different influences that I think, we should respect.
Yeah.
So, I think most importantly, how is your song now, is your song today, is the sound now, is the sound today, you know what I mean? There are people making R&B songs with different influences that I think people can recognize and people can ascribe today to. If your song is dated, naturally people are going to struggle with it. So I think, people can make money singing whatever they like, just to make sure that it is relatable. Let it be a language that people living here and now today can speak. It doesn't matter how well you speak Latin. If you go to the market, nobody's going to hear you. So if you're creating R&B, make sure that the people, whether it's the streets or wherever, people can hear you and can appreciate it. What's the second question?
And it says, secondly, when you did Mr. Easy's song Nobody during the lockdown, what was that? Where did that come from?
I was just having fun.
It came for fun.
I was just having fun. Yeah, I was just, me and my guys just wanted to have fun. Kachi was in the studio and was just like, you know what, let's show. I think it was also an attempt to show people how, how we record, how we make music sometimes. And let's just do something really quick and something really fun. A lot of good music from me, I think, comes from me just being myself and having fun. So yeah, I was just having fun, to be honest.
Fun.
Anyway,
we should have more fun.
We should have more fun. No, my brother, have more fun.
I mean, maybe try some more new meals. Maybe you could probably find inspirations like the one that Cobhams found when he went to make that record one hit. I'm just saying.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
So, although he has the last question, but I think we'll take it.
Yes. I mean, the last question was that what's your advice for anyone thinking that they can never make it in Nigeria? And I feel like you should. It's more or less one question you should
it's important. I think it's a very important question. So I've had the temptation to jackpot like everybody else, but I know that if I actually at a point lived in America briefly, but then I came back here because I figured I couldn't lie to people. I can't go out and then tell people, you can make it, you can do this, and then you have the opportunity and you take off and you go. So I believe that you can make it here. I believe that many people are making it here. If you think about the fact that Tiwa Savage had done backgrounds for the likes of Mary J. Blige and George Michael and all of that, but she didn't become Tiwa until she came here.
Yeah.
If you think about the fact that D'banj came from London to this space, if you think about the fact that Nigerian, Ashake, Fireboy, 𝐒𝐨𝑉𝑋𝐈, name it, these people, didn't make it from Yankee or anywhere. They're Nigerians. It points to the fact that you can make it. And there are businesses, the 𝐒𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜𝐭𝐭𝐝 of this world, the Bella Nigers of this world, the Niger Brand Chicks of this world, the all kinds of people, even the Dangotes of this world. Dangote didn't make it from London, he made it from Nigeria. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think the advice is in the evidence. My advice is in the evidence. People are making it. Well, there are people who may have to leave here because of prevailing security, circumstances, education, economy, all kinds of things. But Nigeria is an opportunity, and as long as we're willing to be here and collectively work towards making it an opportunity, that opportunity will not be missed.
All right, let's go back to the music. We've got this one that we just talked about. It's one hit, this record from Cobhams, and right after that one, it's the record with Simi. We'll be back.
Invest in me like $10, 'cause I wanna blow.
You enjoyed this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.